buy insurance across state lines, et cetera, everything
Right.
that they listed.
Right.
Next, they should introduce the bill that they all voted yes for in 2015.
Yeah.
There'd have to be tremendous pressure on these senators and representatives to vote for something that they've already voted for once, and get the full and clean repeal that 85% of the Republicans wanted in the first place. That's just a number I made up off the top of my head, but I like it, so I'm going to go with it. And fourth, what was four? Oh, heck, I had a fourth one. Forgive me, I had to pull over the side of the road. I had these things listed on top of my head.
Well, that's all right. Well, here's the bottom line of what you just said, and that is those options that you just described make all the sense in the world. Why wouldn't they start doing that? I agree with you on your outline 100%.
They absolutely can do it. They don't have to wait for anything. They don't have to declare defeat when victory is right before them.
Right.
And they can not just please the Paul Ryans of the world. They can please the Freedom Caucus as well.
Yeah. And the bill that Jim was referring to was called the Patient Choice, Affordability, and Responsibility and Empowerment, or CARE, and it was introduced in 2015. It didn't get to President Obama's desk, but I have talked directly with a couple of Freedom Caucus members, and they're saying start there. Here is the bottom line of what Jim is suggesting, and it makes all the sense in the world. Okay, Plan A was the AACA. They had to pull it. You didn't get the votes. Now, how about Plan B, starting with what they had in 2015? That's what Jim is saying, along with his other caveats. And, Jim, I happen to agree with you. What I certainly hope is that they won't just declare defeat and not try to move to a Plan B. What do they have to lose? Nothing. As you indicated, phase two, I believe that Secretary Price is going to try to pursue some of those things. I really do. The things within his power. And then move on to the 2015 version that they laid out, which got a whole lot of things started. So let's just hope that they are not declaring defeat and not going to try to do anything. Thanks, Jim. Be careful getting back on the road. Rodney, you've got a minute on rapid fire.
Okay, darn it, that other guy got in there before me. he and I are riding down the same trail.
Good.
I think that what they should do, which I did not understand why they didn't do it in the beginning, the same bill they sent to Obama that Obama would not sign, or the one to repeal Obamacare, send it to Trump. Let him sign it, get Obamacare out the way, and then implement Paul Ryan's bill.
Yeah.
I mean, government does not need to be in our health care, or for any of that matter, anything else. And one other thing, with all due respect to you, stop giving these people a pass. If they're lying, say they're lying. There's not being truthful. No, they're lying.
They're lying, Rodney.
Lie. Oh, and I'm from New York State, so I have to draw Chucky Schumer. Oh my God.
Oh,
Every time he opens his mouth.
Do people in New York State really believe all that malarkey coming out of his mouth?
Let me tell you a simple truth. Most of his votes come from New York City.
Yeah. Okay.
The rest of the state, we're left out there hanging.
Wow. I get it now. I'm with you, Rodney. I'm with you and the previous caller. Okay, don't sit around wiping your tears, sit around crying and sulking and whining. What now? And since starting with what you all came up with didn't work, well, pick a Plan B. And it sounds like there's one out there on the table. Let's just hope that they pick it up and run with it rather than just letting it sit there. Thanks a lot, Rodney. Kelly, you've got a minute on rapid fire.
Yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes.
I'm kind of blunt, so just bear with me.
Okay.
You asked now what? Not a failure is not what now.
Right.
The Republicans cannot admit defeat. They need to get their butts back in there.
Yep.
And get something worked out. That's what they were voted in there for. I just think to even entertain the idea of stopping now is an insult. And, I don't think Trump will, but, that's what we voted him in there to do.
Right.
And he's never had any problems till he gets all these Republicans after him. So I think he needs to make sure he gets something worked out. I'm not big on, making demands, but you can't admit defeat.
Yes. I think that is a great message, Kelly. Don't, okay, what's plan B? There ought to be a plan B. Now what do we put on the table? We debated the AHCA. They made some changes. All right. Well, not enough Republicans liked it. All right. Start with something else. You may have to make some changes till you get to the point where you get to 216. That's what you are saying. But simply not want to continue to fight for a major repeal and replace is not an option. If I can use a basketball analogy for a minute, what would have happened to some of those basketball teams trying to get to the Final Four if they had quit when they were behind? They wouldn't have won. They kept fighting.
That's exactly right.
Since it's basketball season, that's a great analogy. A couple of the teams that in the Final Four were behind at one point in the game, and they kept fighting. I think that's the message we ought to send to all members of Congress. Call the switchboard at 202-224-3121. What's plan B, and keep fighting. Great point, Kelly. Thank you very much. You're listening to the Herman Cain Show.
He has solutions for a better America.
He's just common sense.
This is Herman Cain.
What's your first name? Okay, and what state are you in?
Some good calls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you handled Rodney really good.
Thank you.
Herman Cain Show, please hold. Was that concise enough, everything on the prompter?
Yes. Perfect.
And
Perfect.
someone else called, too. She called and was like, I can't remember the name of the thing in 2015. And I said, no, don't worry. He's going to talk to Rodney about that. And she went, oh, good, I want to hear that.
Yep. I want to get the details of it that we can go over later, but I recalled it now, but it didn't get to Obama's desk. That's where they're wrong. They may have introduced it, but it didn't get to his desk.
Yeah. Herman Cain Show, what do you want to discuss with Herman today? I've got Diane on hold, and she's saying the same thing. So if you don't mind, I'm going to see how Herman reacts to that. But I think y'all are kind of getting at the same point, okay?
Mel, would you mind eating this?
Yeah, good. Okay, thank you so much. All right, bye. Herman Cain Show, what do you want to say to Herman today?
I sort of BS'd a happening now.
You mean the one that was just against the
It's
American Health
designed to give you a pivot.
Okay.
A lot of blame going around.
Yep.
Trump tweeted this, blame that, Ted Poe. And then you can just shift it from they all blew it.
Gotcha.
And then if you want this, Gorsuch, this is from Jamie's email.
Okay.
I'll let you make it, Herman. What's your first name?
Here we go again. Democrats could move to delay it for a week.
Okay, hold on.
Good Lord.
Herman Cain Show, what do you want to say to
I'm sure the Freedom Caucus will say he's not conservative enough.
Yeah, what about? What's your topic?
I talked to
You know, every party has its extreme wing, and they have
Yeah.
proven to be the extreme wing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he's mentioned that, so what's your thought about it?
I think anytime people call and say, my premiums went up, here's the number to somebody at the Freedom Caucus.
Mark Meadows is his name. He's the chairman.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Dana Lash talk this morning. She's in the same camp with Erickson.
Oh, she said what?
She's in the same camp with Erickson about kill the AHCA.
Yeah.
Well,
they did. Congratulations.
Yep. Now what?
So my question now is, since, again, remember Herman, how, and Shane too, we were talking on Friday, how Trump, one of his first executive orders was to cut the funding for Obamacare. So if Obamacare starts to go under, like it already is kind of going under now, but if it really starts to go under from lack of funding, who gets the blame now? Is it Trump now, or does it still fall on Obama at this point?
Trump. Doesn't need to be true.
Doesn't need to be true. You're right. Mm-hmm. They'll blame Trump.
Yep.
If he hadn't supported this ugly Republican proposal, things would have been getting better.
If he just wasn't trying to make his billionaire friends richer.
Yeah.
Or I like how last night they had a bunch of stories. ABC and NBC both had in their main headline boxes. They were like, "Where is Rex Tillerson? It's the duty of the Secretary of State to be visible." And you're just like, what the? Like that? How is this news? Like that's not news.
That's not news. Well, maybe we can get Renan to explain what does he mean by that. Is he talking single payer? Line 1.
Hey, Bernie Sanders has the plan for him.
Yeah. Well, just grow old quick and you can get on Medicare earlier.
If you could live enough to grow old. Anytime.
Welcome back to the Herman Cain Show. Thank you for joining us. Renan, you've got the last minute on Rapid Fire.
Hey, Herman. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Go ahead.
That's good. So you said what next, right?
Yes.
I think Bernie Sanders is doing the right thing when he's fighting for universal health care,
Yeah.
for Medicare for all.
Right.
You should watch him when he goes to places like West Virginia and talk to these coal miners in Trump country, and you should watch him how the crowd just wants that kind of stuff here. Places like Switzerland, where you can keep your guns and you have affordable health care, those countries work, and that's what we need here. We need to come together and stop this fighting from the left and from the right.
Renan, I'm going to disagree with you on Switzerland works, Canada works in terms of health care, Britain works. I have heard from people from those countries who say that it does not. And one of the big reasons that they give is that when you have a single-payer system like that, there are some people who still work outside the system because it's too bureaucratic. I even saw an article where the founder, the architect of the Canadian system, admitted in an article that he regrets that they put in a single-payer system in Canada. So the belief that it works there is wrong based upon reading stories that describe everything wrong with it. Are there some positive aspects? Yes. But there are more negative aspects of a single-payer system than there are positive. And the biggest negative aspect is government control. Name a system that government has controlled from top to bottom that works efficiently. Let's take Medicare. He's basically talking about Medicare for all. Right now in Medicare, a lot of doctors won't even see Medicare patients. Why? The government has mandated lower fees for doctors. Let the free market determine what doctors get paid, not the government. That is one of the biggest things about it. Secondly, with the government heavily involved in trying to cut deals with the prescription drug companies, yeah, that's why some of our prescription drugs are going so high. My point is this, Renan. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you because your evidence is anecdotal. My evidence is based upon many stories, many studies that shows what the differences are. When the Democrats introduced the Unaffordable Care Act, they never talked about the real experiences in these other countries. You want to know why? Because they knew it was bad. So they never brought it up. Never did they bring it up. Don't forget to go to HermanCain.com, folks. You just might learn something. Do you think he learned something?
I'm glad you weren't mean to him. I think he was just...
I wasn't mean to him. He was just wrong. Now, let me ask you, Shane, to be in all seriousness. Do you remember the Democrats ever talking about the experiences of any other country with government-controlled health care?
Well, we were going to do it better.
Oh, sure.
I like the idea of waiting in a long line with everybody else for the same health care.
Can we say VA?
Yeah.
Is that the system we want?
If it works for our veterans, it can work for us, right?
Right. Tom Cotton needs to shut up. He is losing my respect. His excuse is health care happened too fast. Nope.
Well, he's from Arkansas. They like things to be slow.
You're stereotyping.
Aw. You know what the thing about stereotypes? They're usually based on some kind of truth.
Alex Jones apologizes for a fake news story.
Which one?
The one about the pizzeria.
Oh, yeah,
Great.
Alex Jones.
Give me a break. Please give me a break. Speaking of break, I'll be right back. Is it running? Okay. Yeah. We'll be back in 5 minutes, folks. We have to take a break in order to get the signal right.
Oh,